Executive Director of the Council for the Prevention of Child Abuse and Neglect, Stacy Blaylock. Hi, Stacy.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Welcome to your new job.
I know, right? Definitely just jumping right in, which is great. I love it.
Perfect time. Stacy, just 3 weeks in the new job, and just in time for Child Abuse and Prevention Awareness Month. This month.
Yes, it is. So we do something every year. We do an annual event. It's a Pinwheel garden. So I jumped right in planning that. Normally we do it on the first of the month, but with me starting 2 days before that, we decided to push it back a few weeks. So that's coming up on Monday. And we do the pinwheels because that represents the carefree, joyful childhood that every child deserves. So put those around just as a reminder during this month that there are things we can do to prevent child abuse and neglect in our community.
Already seen a whole field of pinwheels planted in front of Family Service and Children's Aid.
Yes, and then
same thing.
Yeah, same thing. And then DHHS will be putting some in their yard as well out there on is it Louis Glick?
Glick Highway.
Yep,
down here.
So they'll do it right along their building there.
So Stacy, just 3 weeks on the job. You're not a stranger to the world of child abuse and neglect.
Correct.
That's been your career.
Yes, it has been my career and my personal life.
Yeah, let's talk about that if you don't mind.
Of course.
Stacy shared with me that she is a foster mom, and her, you and your husband are foster parents.
Yes.
And you've been doing this for how long?
8.5 years. Yes, wow. 8.5 years. It'll be 9 in September.
And how many? What do you got right now in your house?
So right now we have six kiddos, ages 8 and under, including a new baby. So very busy.
See, that surprised me. You've got a baby, brand new baby.
Brand new baby.
2 weeks old?
Yes.
In foster care?
Yes.
Now, how does that happen?
I mean, there's a lot of reasons why kids can come into foster care at that young. Anything from, substance abuse issues or mental health. There's also, if they already have kids in care, sometimes that will bring a baby right into care from the hospital. But we have kids, in care in Jackson County of all ages. And there's a huge need, for foster parents and people to just come alongside. Birth families even, because sometimes it's just a lack of support. They don't have the resources that they need. So that's part of why I'm really excited to be working in this position, because I would love to see some of the supports that our community is lacking so that we can keep kids home if possible. And so that we can just kind of rally around these families to give them the supports they need so that their kids don't end up in foster care.
You see firsthand the result of abuse and neglect.
Yes.
And you fostered children in that situation.
Yes, we do. Yeah. So there are a lot of effects from that, between just the trauma itself. Is huge, and the trauma from even being removed is a really hard thing for kids to work through, because even if the family situation wasn't great, it's what they've known, and those are the people that they've bonded with and connected with, and they love them. They're their parents. So it's hard for kids to navigate that. So we've seen it firsthand, and thankfully we have a really good support system, but not all birth families have that. So I consider ourselves very blessed to have the support system we do so that we can work with these kiddos. So.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you've got the background and experience. I agree with you. Just telling a kid, put everything you own in a bag, we're leaving. That, to me, that's an act of that's abuse and neglect. To have to do that to a kid.
It's horrible for that. It is. It's very traumatic. And they're being put with people they don't know in a house they don't know, and just expected to be okay. And they're not okay. They're never. We do what we can and make it the best that we can, but it's a transition, and it's difficult many times for the kids to transition.
The assumption is that we've seen the problem grow during the pandemic.
With abuse and neglect? Well, unfortunately, the numbers don't reflect that, because children weren't being seen by mandated reporters during lockdowns and when school was virtual. So actually the numbers look like it's improving, but really it's because kids weren't being seen. So, it's if you look at the numbers, it doesn't look like it's worse, but it really is just because kids aren't being seen by mandated reporters.
And the reporters by law, like teachers,
Yes, teachers, foster parents, anyone working in the child welfare system, and there's another like a long list of people who are mandated reporters. So.
and when those people aren't seeing kids, like a teacher on a daily basis, are there other ways that instances of abuse and neglect can be reported? Like your neighbor, what if your neighbor?
Yeah, I mean, anyone can report abuse and neglect. There is a hotline that they can call for the state of Michigan, and what happens is they report if there's suspected abuse or neglect, and then they funnel it through to the county that it's coming from. So anyone can report, but there are people who have to report by law based on their occupation.
Well, one way to bring awareness to the issue is to plant a pinwheel, and anyone can do this.
Anyone can do this, yes.
You've got a little garden. You're going to have a little garden over there in
Yeah.
Greenwood Place?
Yep, so we're going to do our event on Monday, and we'll have some pinwheels there. And if you are there, we actually will have some available for purchase for $1 so that you can take some home and plant them in your yard just to help us spread awareness about child abuse prevention.
What are your plans in your new position? What would you like to do?
So right now we are just, because of COVID, a lot of our programming was kind of scaled back. So right now we're really at a place where I get to help push these forward, you know. So we are going to start a Nurturing Fathers class again here pretty soon, which is a 13-week free class for fathers that goes over lots of different things about parenting with a partner, communication, parenting without violence, things like that. So we are going to be starting that back up, and we have some sexual abuse prevention courses that we're going to be offering. And so I really just want to beef these programs back up, get our name out in the community, let people know we are still here, we're still doing this work, and really see what we can do. I mean, I'm open to a lot of ideas, so I'm just going to run with what we have and build on that, hopefully.
And how's the organization supported?
So we are supported through grants and the Children's Trust Fund. We do get funding from them, the Children's Trust Fund of Michigan, and supporters, people giving us donations, things like that. So we are a nonprofit. So.
And any of the things that you were able to do before the pandemic that they went away, you want to bring them back? Are there some things physically that happen at your offices?
Yeah, so the trainings, the classes we offer, some of them will be at our office. We can also go into the community and do trainings at other locations for different programs and agencies.
And are there do you need volunteers?
Yes. Yes, we do. We always can use volunteers from anything from helping us with yard work or things are like, depending on what your skill set is, we can probably put you to use doing something. So.
All right, and you're located on Greenwood Place, which
Yes.
is where alternately known as Austin Blair Park and Greenwood Park.
Greenwood Park.
And April 18th,
Yes.
the big day. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good luck
Appreciate
in
it.
your new position.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited to see someone with all the experience and knowledge that you have in the field
Yeah,
in that role.
I'm excited too.
Thanks. Happy
Thank
Easter.
you. Happy Easter to you too.
Thank you. The new executive director for the Council for the Prevention of Child Abuse and Neglect, Stacy Blaylock. Our entertainment correspondent